Hey, Zach here. So, how are we going to title this in? So, plethora video, kinda, ish. Gonna be a short one. So, in the description and below in the links, I'm gonna place a link to a playlist. Now, I'm not really looking to go to do big vids, but I do a lot of research online. And I've been sticking those in playlists, trying to get them all organized and hoping that will help people that are doing stuff. So, this is all about the plethora, and I'm going to do an upside down twiddly thing. This is my lovely Hagstrom. If you've never seen a Hagstrom, you'll recognize it by that really funky headstock. And this here would be a plethora. Now, for me, I think anybody here will know. Sorry for the glare. I'm an absolute Variax freak, helix freak, love the stuff. And Variax is the main reason why I got into the modeling stuff in the first place, because I like one guitar that's going to do everything. And what I've been looking at is the coming trends in polyphonic gear. And polyphonic gear, this is as accessible as possible. Right now running an octaver, which takes a signal and drops it an octave, at least. Sometimes two, sometimes more, sometimes less, or it can raise it up. The one in the plethora is called a sub and up. So, without. That underneath, burp. And polyphonic is simply, you can strum multiple notes together and it will track it. So it's taking the incoming signal, storing it, dropping it, sending it out real quick. It's never going to be perfect, but this was about research. So check this playlist out. One of the best vids I've ever seen is this one done by the pedal show boys, Dan and somewhat, and he's playing this awesome Gretsch. As you know, I love Gretches. Through a whole bunch of pedals, including the Pog, the polyphonic, it's organ, something, I don't know. But they go through all the different Pogs, the Pog 2, the small Pog, the sub and up, something that does a fifth of an octave over, and that sounds amazing. So check that out. Check out the entire playlist. Now, why do I call out the plethora? Because the plethora is already doing, TC Electronics has been doing this for a while, and they're very good at the polyphonic stuff. Am I mad for it? Not really. But I really wanted to know more about it, and I think a lot of people will be wanting to know a lot more about the polyphonic stuff. So before you call me Captain Friggin' Obvious, know that the Helix is striving to get better at polyphonic stuff. And when 3 drops, that's going to be all the rage. And you could maybe take it as, well, who needs it? You know, it can produce organ-like sounds. It can produce, there's a quintessence, or what's it called? Something. Harmony pedal, quintessence. So they can sound pretty fake. They can sound pretty good. If you check that vid, you'll see that there's a whole level of subtleties where it doesn't sound so different. And what this does really well is it, in its tone print app thing, you can combine different modulations with the drops in octaves and come up with some pretty spectacular things. This is something that the Plethora excels at, deeply excels at, and you can do all of that on your phone or on a tablet, which is what I'm recording on now. And you can dive deep, I mean deep, all through an app. So, for me, as an admitted Helix file and Variax file and a lover of all these things, this is a departure. Hopefully to go and explore what's coming down the pipe from line 6, because when your boy Eric Klein sits down to do something, you know, when he says, "Hold my beer," you want to get out of the way. It's usually pretty cool, but... So me, for now, I'm staying kind of switching on this thing. I have no pros, cons, or whatever. I just want to know more about it. And what's the deal? But do yourself a favor. Go check out this vid. When Chad was freaking out about this, Chad Boston, he put me in touch with all this stuff. And I think he's finally just getting one now himself. But they came out in Europe a bit before the States, COVID and all that. There's a lot to be said for that little white 5-strap pedal on the floor. And I think, watch that pedal show thing on Octavers and you'll see why. Because this does everything they're doing in one pedal. It's pretty freaky. So, hope you guys are having a good night. That's my thought for the day. I will be getting back to a lot of the other effects. I don't see any point in me really hashing them out. This has already been hashed out online. But I don't know of anybody who's doing the comparisons between this and that with a Helix, with a Sim 1, with a... That would be my thing. Combine them all and see what happens. So, happy viewing. This playlist is now up to, I think, 91 different vids, and it's covering everything that's in the Plethora up into the current, as of today, software. End of summer, I know beta's going to be coming out soon, but end of summer there's going to be a new release 1.2 on the Plethora, which is going to give it 3 or 4 more things and other stuff. Cool stuff. So I would say check it out if you're curious about this stuff. It will most definitely do things that Helix will not do, or that a Helix will do with a lot of fiddling. And I think that's pretty cool. You know, we'll probably go back and see, well, what can Helix do or not with regards to this. But the polyphonic stuff is coming down the pipe sometime soon. And I would suggest get into it. Definitely get into it. Sayonara.